The Middle East was rocked by news that Iran is set to receive advanced J-10C fighter jets from China. For decades, Iran's air force was seen as outdated, but this deal signals a dramatic shift. The timing is crucial, just weeks after a devastating conflict in June 2025, where Israeli jets exposed Iran's air defense weaknesses. Operation Rising Lion was a humiliation for Tehran, showing its inability to protect key sites. The J-10C acquisition is Iran's direct response, a message that it's determined to rebuild and deter future attacks. After failed attempts to buy Russian Su-35S, Iran turned to China, marking a new geopolitical alignment. 36 J-10Cs represent the biggest upgrade to Iran's air force in nearly half a century. This leap in technology forces military planners across the region to rethink their strategies. Israel in particular now faces a challenge to its long-held air superiority. The arrival of these Chinese jets is more than a military upgrade, it's a political earthquake. It raises urgent questions about the future of regional security. China's willingness to step in where Russia faltered signals shifting global power dynamics. The deal is a bold statement. Iran is no longer content to be left behind. The region's balance of power is being redrawn. The world is watching to see what comes next. Iran's air force has long been stuck in the past, flying American jets from the 1970s with no access to spare parts or upgrades. Iranian engineers have kept these relics flying, but many are barely operational and no match for modern adversaries. The June 2025 war with Israel exposed this vulnerability. Israeli F-35S and F-15S struck at will, bypassing Iran's defenses. The failure to secure Russian Su-35S left Iran desperate for a solution. China's J-10C offered a lifeline, a chance to finally modernize. For Iran, this isn't just about prestige, it's about survival. The new jets are a critical step in restoring military deterrence. The technological gap with rivals like Israel and Saudi Arabia has been a persistent threat. The J-10C deal is Iran's answer to years of military stagnation. It's a move to ensure its strategic assets are no longer exposed. Iran is determined to never be caught unprepared again. The balance of power in the skies is shifting. Israel's military planners are alarmed by Iran's J-10C deal. For years, Israel enjoyed near-total air superiority, enabling deep strikes with little risk. The J-10C's advanced radar and long-range missiles threaten even Israel's F-35S. Israeli pilots will now face a credible air-to-air threat, forcing new tactics. Iran could use these jets to shield its nuclear sites, complicating any future Israeli operations. The psychological impact is real. Uncertainty now clouds Israeli strategy. The J-10C deal is seen as Iran's direct response to its recent defeat. Israel faces a more determined, better-armed adversary. The era of uncontested Israeli air supremacy is under threat. The Middle Eastern skies are more dangerous than ever. Iran's J-10C purchase is reshaping alliances across the region. For China, it's a strategic win, boosting its influence as a top arms supplier. The US, having indirectly enabled the deal, will now double down on supporting Israel and Gulf allies. Russia's failure to deliver jets to Iran has damaged its credibility, opening the door for China. The deal is likely to spark a new arms race. Saudi Arabia and the UAE will seek even more advanced jets. The region is set for a spiral of military acquisitions. The Middle East is becoming more heavily armed and volatile. The stakes for future conflict are rising. Acquiring J-10Cs is just the beginning for Iran. Training pilots and building maintenance infrastructure for these advanced jets will take years. Integrating Chinese technology with Iran's old systems is a massive challenge. Any logistical failure could ground the fleet. The cost is steep for a sanctions-hit economy, and 36 jets are not enough to match Israel or Saudi Arabia. The risk of escalation rises as both sides field advanced aircraft. A single miscalculation could trigger a wider conflict. The J-10C may embolden Iran, but it could also provoke stronger reactions from rivals. Intended as a deterrent, these jets could become a catalyst for war. The region is entering a more dangerous phase. The J-10C's arrival in Iran marks a turning point for the Middle East. It's a symbol of Iran's defiance and China's growing influence. The deal highlights the decline of Russian power and the limits of US control. Iran's challenges remain immense. Technology, economics, and numbers still favor its rivals. The J-10C is a major upgrade, but not a silver bullet. The real question, is this the start of a new era, or just another twist in the region's cycle of conflict? The answer will play out in the skies as new dragons challenge old lions.